simple words, and they stir emotions and feelings across the entire state of Alabama, which can be felt and in many cases starts blood to boiling because rivalries like this define this great sport. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Auburn Tigers, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. He'll bring it out. It's Toner. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Wide open downfield. And he goes down right there, but a solid pickup, and it'll be a first down.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Toner. He's out across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and execution continues to be key. Guys, let's chat a little big picture Auburn. Safe to say expectations have not been met. When you start a season in the top 5, you expect to contend for a playoff spot. Now they're sitting there unranked. What about just overhauling the whole program if they can't get this thing fixed?
Well, yes, and it's hard, man. It's hard when you start that high and then something happens and it starts to snowball. Momentum is a powerful thing. These are young kids, Jesse, and they got to find a way to swing that momentum.
They've had some tough losses, obviously some key injuries, but they need to win in the worst way possible. They have got to find a way to right the ship.
Leaves it with the running back. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. To the air, it's Russell. Got it in the middle, it's Hale. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the run, it's Young. Not a lot of daylight, he gets one to the 32. These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long. You know, the Iron Bowl is a civil war of hate between each other all year long, and they get to settle it on a big stage every year.
On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Takes a hit as he fires. And the third down pass is incomplete.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. Makes the catch, converts on fourth down, he's still on his feet. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line, a big pickup, and they are threatening. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Wants to throw, it's Russell. Caught behind the line, it's Young. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks, it's first down. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play. On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Quarterback making checks. The snap sets up to throw. Using his legs to buy some time. Touchdown, Bama! Quick strike through the air for the score. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Auburn offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. On the option. At the 35, he's loose. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here, trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Behind the chains now on second and long. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass, it's Knight. Got his man out of the backfield. Turning it on! And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Tigers with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Just tried to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete.
And when you go 5 wide, man, and you spread the formation, it puts a lot of emphasis on those trenches. And those trenches have got to be good. You got to pick up those guys up front. They didn't do it, and they're getting their quarterback hit as he throws the football.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Running back searching for a hole. Shakes off the defender. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
Punt is in the air. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield. And now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
From his end zone, he'll have to get rid of it. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Now facing 2nd and 10 from their own 1 and hoping to avoid a disaster. Fires to the big fella. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The Crimson Tide need just a few inches here on third down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. One final play before the end of the quarter. They'll try the toss to the left. And he is stopped behind the line, and that's how we'll finish the first quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. Wide open spaces. At the 30. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. Big-time playmakers on the outside. Now, look, Alabama's had great receivers. Ozzie Newsome, David Palmer way back in the day. But nowadays, it's sort of part of the DNA for the Crimson Tide.
Man, the run they had for several years was unbelievable with Judy and Ruggs and Cooper and Devontae Smith. Like, we can just keep going on guy after guy after guy that they had that wore that uniform that was a big-time elite playmaker on the outside.
Wide receiver going in motion. This is a designed run. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Crimson Tide rolled to that last first down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Young. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass. Pressure coming. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. Effective offense, leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, way to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off, great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Dumps it to the back. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
Are you kidding me? Lucky number 7. He's got 7 interceptions on the season, consistently around the ball. High IQ, breaks on the football great. This guy just makes play after play after play.
And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. To the air, it's Russell. Floating away. Trying to escape and get it himself. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
I love it. The defense brings extra bodies near the line of scrimmage. They choose to blitz, get to him, try to speed up the processor just a little bit, force the scramble, no damage done. Nice job by this defense making him think really quickly and make a decision.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw on 3rd. Intercepted for the 11th time. Looking for more room. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking downfield on 1st down. Under fire. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
I tell you what, to get home to the quarterback and force pressure while just rushing 3 allows your back end to cover so much space. Now you got 8 guys in coverage. It makes you really dynamic in the back end of your defense.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. A veritable Crimson Tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. He wants to take the top off. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. The give to the back. His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
After the 3 yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Give to the running back. Brings into the open. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, the defense, they're smelling blood in the water now. Of course, they've already knocked the starting quarterback out of this game, and now with the backup in, they're bringing more pressure. It almost looks like they're more excited to get after him. This is just a very excited, very emotional defense right now.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hale. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You could play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on them. So quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Bring in the heat. He's going to take off. And he will wisely scamper out of bounds. No need to take unnecessary hits.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays. And
looking deep. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Alabama! Once he got some room, it was over.
I gotta tell you, this offense has done some really good things here in this first half, and that was so critical. Scoring on their last possession of the half, they're padding their lead, and they've put so much pressure now on the opponent.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Using his legs, it's Young. Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Shoves back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. Now they'll try the right side. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Oh, they're after him. On the move at the 30. They stop him short, and we'll have a big fourth down coming.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up, and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. The last time they... Oh, they're faking it. Pocket breaking down. And the pass is caught. And the fake works. They get the first.
Man, that is awesome. That gets the juices going. That gets everybody excited. You work on these fake punts all the time, but you don't call them all the time. But the coach saw something, executed it perfectly, called it at the right time, and got a shot in the arm, get some energy, snapping it to the up back, completing the pass.
Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down. Alabama may always be built on the run, but these days they elevate with a high-flying pass game.
And great coaches evolve, and we've seen the evolution of this Alabama offense over the last several years, and it's not just run, it's not just eat clock, it is be aggressive, attack, make big plays down the field.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I love DBs that want to tackle, and they get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays. Physical play by the corner there, getting the ball carried down behind the line of scrimmage.
The lost yardage leaves them with 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Got his man quickly. Headed to the end zone. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter they come out and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Now adjusting. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown Tide! The Tide is rolling as Alabama starts to pull away from Auburn.
Yeah, and Alabama handling the moment. Obviously, we know they got great players, great tradition, but handling the moment in the Iron Bowl, big stage, a lot of hatred, doing a great job of handling all of that, Palmer.
And Alabama knew coming into this game, you just throw the records out when you're playing your in-state rival, Auburn. What matters is what you do on the field when that first whistle blows. And Alabama simply, in all three phases of the game, they've been better.
This drive will open from the 15. Back to pass, it's Knight. Looking to scramble. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. It's caught. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll go to the air on second and short. Grab near the marker. It's Harrell. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the first down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the first down.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Dropping back, it's Knight. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Catch in the middle, it's Simmons. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. On the run, it's Henderson. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Finds the tight end. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Auburn comes to the line with a first and goal. He wants to throw it. Rushes on him. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. Listen, it's early in the downs. Don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it and get what you can get and then live to play the next down. I like that execution by the QB.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Fitted in the window for the score.
And that's what I love about empty sets and formations on offense, is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. USF fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough and could just find a way. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Army. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Finds a little space. There he goes. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Man, that dude just hits the gas and just goes. How nice is it as an offensive coordinator to have a quarterback that you can run just like a tailback? And you got a tailback in the backfield with him all the time, and he can throw so many options, but you just see the speed when he hits the gas, and it is really nice.
One big play, and now they've got it at the 42-yard line on first down. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And this is one of those where you go, oof, you start to breathe a little deeper on the sidelines. You felt really, really comfortable having the big lead to +2 possessions in the fourth quarter. But now you gave the ball back. You put yourself in a position where you're going to have to earn it a little bit more now.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Catch in the middle, it's Thompson. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
And in this situation late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
Back to throw, it's Knight. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much, and the defense made him pay. They get a massive, massive sack, and this offense loses a ton of yards.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. Calls his own number. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Auburn lines up quickly. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Touchdown, Tigers. You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
Using his feet, he makes his way in for the 2, and now they trail by only 6. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way. They're making plays. They've got the playmakers to go and win this game, so it's just a matter of executing better, Dave.
Yeah, executing better, understanding I still got the lead, put a drive together here and build on that lead.
This defense is going to have to sell out to stop the run and try to get the ball back one last time. From the gun, looking for a man. Got a man, it's Hale. Across the 25, he's got room. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
So after the huge chunk play, they've got it 1st and goal from the 10. Oops, someone moved just a bit early, and the offense is going to pick up a penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. After the shower of flags, it's 1st and 15 for this offense. He's looking to pass. He'll throw it. He's got it. Touchdown, Bama! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
Man, this defense has their hands full. They're dealing with a quarterback that is pinpoint accurate, making good decisions, and they're dealing with a wide receiving group that has a lot of speed and some burners on the perimeter. They might want to think about playing some more zone coverage moving forward. That's now 3 passing TDs they've allowed.
Snagged in the middle. It's Edwards. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Auburn offense. To the air, it's Knight. Throws to the wideout. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Back to pass. Looking left. That's reeled in. It's Henderson.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. And the Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Normally, I would say 4th and short on your own side of the field, you punt the ball away, but we're in the 4th quarter, and they need to keep this drive going to win. I say go for it.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Got a little space. Turning it on. Finds a little bit of room and finally wrestled out of bounds at the 43.
And a lot of times when you're in your own territory and it's 4th and 1, you see the offense try to draw people off sides. No, sir. They said, we're going to get this thing. We need 1 yard. We got 1 yard. We worked on it all week. They were successful. Nice aggressiveness early in their own territory.
To the air on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Simmons. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
He's got the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Tigers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Dropping back, it's Knight. quickly to the tight end. He gets it inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 17.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Gonna look downfield again. Here comes the heat. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
That's a play the defense needed, right? It's been a battle all game long. Here we are. It's late. Everybody's tired. They've given up a few yards on this drive, but they come away with a huge sack at a big moment.
Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Here's the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go to the ground. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
And I think the defense would be really happy with where they're at right now. If they knew they had held their stud down to his little yards, but they're trailing. And this is the time where he's going to get the ball even more. So they got to be ready for him. It's going to him. He's a great back, and they've done a pretty good job all day.
And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. The latest edition of this in-state passion play is bathed in crimson as Alabama rolls to victory over Auburn in the Iron Bowl. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports.